Hello. In this video, I'll help you get started on the Chapter 3 payroll accounting homework, which tests you on the concepts of calculating the gross pay for the employees of Prevosti Farms and Sugarhouse. For the two exercises in this homework, we are again working with the employees of Prevosti Farms and Sugarhouse who began to work for this new business on February 1st. Your first task is to calculate the employee's gross pay for the first biweekly payroll period, which ends February 10th. That means that the first payroll period only has 7 workdays: Thursday, February 1st, Friday, February 2nd, and then the following week from Monday through Friday, February 5th through February 9th. We are told that all employees work 40 hours each week except for the employee Mani, who has a standard work week of 20 hours. That tells you that overtime applies if any employee works beyond the standard hours. One of the employees, Raleigh Kateri, also receives a 3% commission on cash sales, which were $6,600 during this pay period. Next, we have the calendar for February, which may be helpful during this exercise. Then, there is some additional information on how to calculate the partial week salary. Next, we have a listing of the salaries for the 4 exempt employees and then the 4 non-exempt employees and their hourly rate and the hours worked for the payroll period. So, let's get started. We'll start with Terry Mangy, who is an exempt employee. Terry has the filing status married filing jointly and has 3 dependents under 17 and 1 over 17. Terry earns $38,400 annually. I divide $38,400 by 26 biweekly pay periods for $1,476.92308. Next, I divide that amount by 10 workdays in a regular biweekly pay period and multiply by 7 days worked to get $1,033.84615. Remember that the period wage or hourly rate must be entered with 5 decimals. For Terry, we don't need to enter the hours because Terry is exempt. So, the gross earnings for Terry are $1,033.85 because we round that amount to 2 decimals. The next employee is Jace Tafari, who is a non-exempt employee. Jace is single and has no dependents. We enter the hourly rate into this column and 56 hours into the column labeled regular hours. We now multiply the 56 hours by $16 and arrive at the gross earnings of $896. If the employees have overtime, enter the overtime hours into the overtime column and the commissions for Raleigh into the commission column. For question 2, you are now tasked with calculating the gross pay for the second payroll period for Prevosti Farms and Sugarhouse. This payroll period starts on February 11th and ends on February 24th. The annual salaries for the exempt employees are the same, but you'll have to calculate the period wage again because this new payroll period has 10 working days versus the 7 working days in the prior period. The hourly rates for the non-exempt employees are the same, but the hours worked have changed. Let's start again with the first 2 employees, Terry Mangy and Jace Tafari. Terry has the filing status married filing jointly and has 3 dependents under 17 and 1 dependent over 17. Terry earns $38,400 per year, and when I divide $38,400 by 26 biweekly payroll periods, I get $1,476.92308 as the period wage. I am not going to enter anything into the next columns for regular hours and overtime because Terry is an exempt employee. In the gross earnings column, I'll enter $1,476.92 because this column is supposed to only have 2 decimal places. Next is Jace Tafari. I'll enter his single filing status and 0 into each of the dependent columns. Jace has an hourly wage of $16 and worked 83 hours. 80 hours are regular hours and 3 overtime hours. I'll then calculate the gross earnings by multiplying 80 hours by $16 per hour, which is $1,280. To that I'll add the overtime, which we calculate by taking the overtime rate per hour of $16 times 1.5, which is $24 per hour times the 3 hours of overtime worked, for a total of $72, plus the regular pay of $1,280 for gross earnings of $1,352. I hope you found this video informative and helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions.